Continuing on from our look at the Star Alliance in 2025, let's now move over to oneworld. 2025 in particular has been a fairly big year for the airline collective, as it officially welcomed not one but two new members into the group. And so let's look at everything that's new with this airline alliance. And just like we like to do with our fleet videos, let's begin with the organisation at a glance. oneworld now has 15 members in its alliance, and you can see all of them listed here. This group has often been the smallest in terms of number of airlines, and it does indeed pale in comparison to the 25-member airlines of the Star Alliance. Nonetheless, oneworld has grown quite a bit over the past few years, gaining more members than it has lost. As noted by its website's fact sheet, oneworld was founded in 1999 by 4 carriers: American Airlines, British Airways, Cathay Pacific and Qantas. The organisation brands itself as a quote-unquote premier airline alliance, although, at least based on the comments from our viewers, the reputation of American Airlines, British Airways and even Qantas has declined a fair bit in recent times. And while Cathay Pacific has seen its fair share of negative press, many travellers still hold the carrier in high regard. Reality is that experiences vary from traveller to traveller, but we're sure frequent flyers and loyal customers of these carriers will be able to provide the best indications of improvements or degradation in quality over time. If you ask us, the addition of Qatar Airways in 2013 would have been a huge step up for the alliance, given the carrier's position in the Middle East as a super connector between the West and Africa and the Far East. Before we get into new or relatively recent member additions, we should know that oneworld and S7 Airlines have agreed to a suspension of the Russian carrier's membership in the alliance effective 19th of April 2022 until further notice. This is, of course, due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the drastically different air travel landscape due to sanctions and airspace restrictions. At present, oneworld states that its network serves more than 900 destinations in 170 territories, with hundreds of airport lounges operated by its members. The alliance also recently rolled out its own branded lounges, and so we'll definitely take a look at these later in this video. And so in terms of somewhat recent additions, we first start with Royal Air Maroc. The carrier's membership in the alliance was made effective on April 1st, 2020. A horrible time for air travel, but at least it laid the foundation for the carrier and its travellers to benefit from the alliance post-pandemic. Royal Air Maroc was oneworld's first full member on the African continent. Unfortunately, given its position on the African continent in the northwest corner, its connectivity across the continent is limited, or at least is nowhere near the level of Star Alliance's Ethiopian Airlines. But moving on, we have Alaska Airlines, who celebrated its first day as a member of oneworld on March 31st, 2021. At the time, Alaska was the 14th full member of the Global Alliance, made official just 8 months after receiving a formal invitation from oneworld in July 2020. Of course, when S7's membership was suspended, oneworld's airline list went back to 13. And then on March 31st, oneworld welcomed Fiji Airways, the flag carrier of Fiji and the South Pacific, as its newest member airline. Fiji Airways' addition isn't too earth-shattering, but it does help travellers from Asia and North America connect with the South Pacific. The addition of Fiji Airways was later followed by Oman Air joining on June 30th, 2025. This most recent addition brings the alliance up to 15 member carriers. Like Fiji Airways, it's not exactly a huge airline, and it's even arguable that it conflicts slightly with Qatar Airways' turf, but it nonetheless provides more options for oneworld alliance members. So you can see that 2025 was a big year for oneworld, given that it was able to welcome 2 more carriers into the group. However, 2024 was a special year for the organisation as well, as it unveiled its first ever fully branded dedicated airport lounge at Seoul Incheon Airport. Per the Alliance's media release, the new oneworld lounge is a collaboration with aviation ground services provider Swissport as well as the team behind its Aspire Airport Lounges. This lounge is situated in Terminal 1 of Incheon International Airport and stretches across 555 square meters. It features seating in a contemporary new setting for up to 148 customers. The bright new lounge is no more than a 10-minute walk from the furthest oneworld Airlines departure gates. As we mentioned in our Star Alliance video, member airlines will have their own lounges, most definitely at their respective hubs, but sometimes at popular outstations. For example, Air Canada's Maple Leaf Lounge at London Heathrow, Terminal 2. But branded lounges have become more of a thing for the past decade or two. The first Star Alliance branded lounge was opened at Los Angeles International Airport in July 2007. The SkyTeam Alliance's first branded lounge was at London Heathrow Airport's Terminal 4, which opened in June 2009. And so we can see that oneworld is really behind on this front, with its Incheon lounge only opening in January 2024. Well, better late than never, right? Trying to play catch-up, the Alliance opened its second ever branded lounge the following month, this time at Amsterdam Schiphol Airport. It's a bit smaller than the Incheon lounge at 473 square meters. And while oneworld may be the smallest of the alliances with no South American member and a limited African presence, it has collected a few awards that it can be proud of. In August 2024, oneworld was named Favourite Airline Alliance. The award came from votes submitted by readers of Trazy Travel. The 2024 award marked the third consecutive year and seventh in total that the Airline Alliance has taken home the award. In November 2024, oneworld was named the Best Airline Alliance by the magazine Business Traveller. That same month, it was awarded Best Airline Alliance by Business Traveller USA. Then, in December 2024, oneworld was named Best Airline Alliance by Global Traveller, marking the 15th consecutive year the alliance has taken home the trophy. The most recent award sees oneworld's Seoul Incheon Lounge named Asia's leading airline lounge, business class, at the World Travel Awards. With so many different organizations offering awards, it seems like every alliance has been the best airline alliance at one point or another. At the same time, it seems like SkyTeam Alliance has fewer awards in this category than its rivals, so at least oneworld loyalists have something to be proud of. But that's the current state of the oneworld Airline Alliance, which celebrated its 25th anniversary in 2024. The organization has a new leader at the helm in the form of airline industry veteran Nathaniel "Nat" Piper as its new CEO. And so we'll have to see what this relatively fresh leadership brings in the months and years ahead. What are your thoughts and feelings about the oneworld Alliance? Let us know by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles and a podcast every week. Visit simpleflying.com.